Welcome to the Clean Comedy Podcast, featuring JamesDCreviston and LukeLacoy. Yeah, we're about to get clean up in here, so clean your mouth out with a bar of soap and get ready for the Clean Comedy Podcast.
Hey everybody, it's James. Welcome to the Clean Comedy Podcast. This is episode 199. And before we jump into it, before I get too far and welcome my co-host, Mr. LukeLacoy. Actually, Luke, just say hi. Okay, Turkey Day. I guess. I don't know what that is. Anyways, before we jump too far into this, I got a couple things I want to cover real quick. So I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine who started an amazing website called AbleFlix. So if you know Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, they all are streaming sites. This is a streaming site that has hand-picked movies and documentaries and series about disability. So it is an online streaming service that offers a wide variety of movies, documentaries, and series about disability on thousands of internet-connected devices. So some of the filmmakers are disabled, some of the stories are disabled, about disabled people. And it's a really inspiring site. So if you want something that's going to uplift you and also something that you can do to help support people with disabilities, this is great. The guy that started, his name is Alexander Freeman. He has, I always forget this. He is disabled as well, but he's a director and everything, and he is an amazing guy. So go ahead and support him. It's ableflix.com, and you can go ahead. There's a 7-day trial there. There's some great documentaries and stories. I'm also working with him on another series that's going to go up there. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're able to find it and do stuff like that. All right, so now that we're past that, let's jump into the episode. All right, I'm going to have to redo that. Sorry. Let's start over. Here we go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. It's James. Welcome to the Clean Comedy Podcast. And before we get into today's episode, I want to give a shout out to a sponsor and a friend of mine. Please give it up for AbleFlix. AbleFlix is a brand new streaming series website that is for and by people with disabilities. So all the stories on there are either done by people with disabilities or about people with disabilities. It offers movies, documentaries, and series about disabilities. And they have a 7-day free trial, and it's $6.99 a month afterwards, but a 7-day free trial. These are independent films done by people that have disabilities, or also include stories about people with disabilities. Check it out. I've been working with it. The guy who founded it, Alexander Freeman, he is a disabled person himself, and he is an amazing director. We're working on another series. I'm hoping it's going to come here. I know he has another place that it might go as well, but I'll let you guys know more about that when that comes forward. And check it out, ableflix.com. Again, ableflix.com. It is a streaming service that offers a wide variety of movies, documentaries, and series about disability. All right, let's jump into this week's episode. Luke, how's it going this week?
It's going great.
It's going great.
Fantastic.
All right. That is awesome. Okay, so this week is episode 199. So we're one episode away from our 200th episode, which is a big deal because a lot of podcasts, especially this day and age, don't go that long. Unless we're Joe Rogan, which we're not. You don't go this long, right? If you go out there and you start looking at a bunch of other podcasts, a lot of people don't make it usually past a year or two. So that's right there is 104 episodes or so, and then they shut down. If they're not making money, if they're not famous, if they're not whatever, they're not going to stay on. But we are on. We're not making money. We're not famous, but we're still here. So it's awesome.
Forever.
So I want to play a game with you real quick, Luke. All right, to get this started. Can you tell me Can you tell me our top 10 episodes? What you think our top 10 episodes are?
Oh goodness. Okay, I have some lists, some names.
Okay.
I don't know how they did.
Okay, go ahead.
But top 10 of the year, huh?
Top 10 ever. I can do by the year if you want.
Top 10 ever.
Yeah, do you want me to do by the year?
No. Let's do top 10 ever. That's
okay. Top 10 ever.
Okay, I think with number 1, I'm gonna go with the Jenna Kim Jones and #L.
It is actually not. They're not even in the top 10.
Oh, off to a great start. I want to say something with David Ross. Probably one. I want to say one of his episodes have been in the top 10.
Not at all.
Ooh, okay.
Do you want me to give you a rundown here?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I can tell you this, though. In our top 10, 5 of our first 10 episodes are in the top 10. How about that? That's pretty good.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That is very interesting.
It is very interesting because, no offense, but our first like 10, like our first 20 episodes were like, they're okay. The sound quality wasn't there yet. We just hadn't hit our stride yet.
I'm gonna say like the one about what is clean comedy.
Yep, that's number 4.
Yes. Professionalism.
That's number 3. Good.
Yes.
That's 3. Yes, there you go.
Are
you looking at what I'm looking at?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know what you're looking at. I can't see your screen.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what else. You know what? I want to say Moomgene.
Actually, you know what's funny? It's not. There's Moomgene is not one of them. And you know what? I normally would think yes, Moomgene would be one of them, but he's not on there.
Okay. Tools of the trade for comedians.
No, actually.
Darn it. We're stage moments.
Yes, that is number.
Yes.
Yeah, that's number. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 7 of 10. That's pretty good, actually. That's good that you guessed that. There's one more in our first 10 that is a big hit.
Getting booked.
Yes,
getting
I was
booked
gonna say. Yep, that's it.
Cool.
That's number 5. Yeah, that's number 5. That's for the 10. The rest of them are kind of, spread out. 2 of them are surprisingly to me are big ones. I'll read them out to you. So number 1, Paul May, part 1. Okay. Number 2, John Hill, part 2. Then professionalism in comedy, what is considered clean comedy, how to get booked into comedy shows. After that, goals for 2020. That's a surprising one to me, actually. Number 6, after that, were stage moments. Then episode 119, Gene and Linda Parrott. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that one for me, I do see that because Gene is a legend. I'm actually trying to work on a project with him. Even though comedy clubs are shutting down, I have an idea for something, and we'll see what comes of that. I don't know if he'll do it, but it'd be awesome. Next one is comedy roasts, which is going to be great because next year in 2021, I'll be turning 40. That's weird to say because I don't look 40. I don't sound 40. I don't act 40. And I plan on doing a roast for my birthday. So we're going to get everybody that we know, all the comedians that we know, to come and roast. That includes you. And I will also be asking viewers to roast me. So I'm going to try to get viewer like videos or audio to roast me. I would prefer videos. So if you guys want to roast me for my 40th birthday, it's not until July of 2021. But when you want to do that, you could send videos to JamesDCreviston@gmail.com. Your roast videos, we'll compile them and make one that just plays in the background that we show to everybody and stuff. And then the last one is episode 131, What We Wish We Would Have Known, which I think is probably every comedian's feeling all the time. Like, oh, I wish I would have known that before I got into comedy, but we don't. And we end up making mistakes. Cool. So, yeah.
Congrats to Paul May and John Hill. Good job, guys. I know.
I thought it was crazy. I was like, wow, there's a lot of love for those guys, which is amazing because you think like, oh, that's not something that most people are not going to know them. So it's kind of cool. Like I always thought like a Robert G. Lee one would be higher, or Jenna would be higher, or even a Moomgene one, but no, surprisingly not. And then next episode 200, our 200th episode, I have been in contact with a couple comedy friends of ours who are sending well-wishing videos and audio to us. So we will have a montage of those that'll go up it'll go up here in the video stream, but you'll be able to hear the audio portion on the podcast. So if you want to see what the people look like and what they're wishing us or whatever, and the funny thing, there's some good ones. I was laughing hard. Like we have funny friends. That's just the truth. And so I am going to go meet up with Augustino tonight. He's going to be doing stand-up out by where I live. So I'm going to record one live from him. And we'll do that. Hopefully we can get some more. So cool. We'll keep it going. And fans, if you're listening to this and you want to also wish us happy 200th episode, email JamesDCreviston@gmail.com. It's also in the show notes. Email us a video or audio. I prefer video because it'd be cool to see your face, like as you welcome us or thank us or whatever you want to say to us. Hey, I hate you guys, but I've been listening for 200 episodes because I hate you. if it's something like that, whatever it is, whatever you want to say. No cursing. But other than that, yeah. Send
Oh,
those.
and we have well, we're getting rid of some stuff that wasn't in favor at the intro. We're changing our intro because that wasn't. We had some feedback, and yeah, I mean, 200 episodes with it. That's it's a while to live with
The
a
same intro.
certain guitar player and
I know.
his
I was kind of
voice.
sad because I love I love your intro. It's like us. It's who we are. But whatever. So we have a special intro coming for episode 200 from a guest on the podcast. So that's even better. Like we have a pretty awesome life, I think, and I think that this podcast has opened a lot of doors for us. Like 200 episodes, we've learned a ton. At least for me, and it's opened a lot of doors. Don't forget, I wrote a book because of this podcast. A lot of people were asking questions about how to do this, how to do that. Ended up helping Uncle Nath, which is how we found him. Just so many people. And if you haven't read that book, this is the time. Right now is the time for you to start producing your own shows. Comedy clubs are closing across the country. People are tired of watching Netflix and whatever. They're tired of being in their houses. If you have a yard, if you have a park, if you have an outdoor area that you can start a show at, I recommend going in that book, How to Produce Comedy Shows, How to Produce Comedy for Fun and Profit. Go pick that book up. $8, dude. $8. That's how much it is right now. Go pick it up. $8. You have a book. I'm going to update it every year when new stuff happens. Produce your own shows. Make that money. Take over the spots where the comedy clubs are missing out because you have no overhead. You're just doing it in someone's yard or at a bar or whatever. Produce your own shows. Get your name out there. Make some money. Build your comedy scene because I'm telling you right now, this is the time. Now more than ever, you can do that. Yeah, yes, I am plugging my own book. I know that sounds weird. Let's see what else. So this has been obviously the weirdest year to be doing anything, podcasting, writing, comedy. I mean, I was getting ready to work on I was trying to finish my hour this year. I was hoping to finish it by my birthday, record an album by the end of the year, but that doesn't, that's not going to happen. I don't know about you, Luke.
I mean, no, I'm nowhere near an hour. So,
well, I've been writing like a madman. I've been working on stuff, but I also been working on a ton of other projects. Once this COVID thing happened, I really went from, okay, now I can't go on stage. What am I going to do? And I transferred to writing comedy commercials for people. I've been doing a lot of that. I am producing another podcast for some people, so I'm writing that weekly and producing that, and writing screenplays. I'm in a WGA program. Like, I just had a amazing outreach today from a person who is an executive that produces some TV shows that all of you may be familiar with. They wanted to read some of my stuff, so things are moving forward. For me, even this time, I was like, I'm not going to back down. This is the time to step on the pedal because everyone else is going to lean back and go, all right, well, I can't do anything, so I'm just going to do nothing. No, I'm telling you right now, if you guys have a dream, you have a goal, you have whatever you want to accomplish, even though COVID's here, who cares? Forget COVID, right? Pretend that you have no other options, that if you don't make it now, you're never going to make it, right? That's the mentality I live with every day, which is probably a crazy mentality, but for me, it's like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go forward just raw. And dude, it's paid off in dividends. Like, I've made more money right now than I've ever made before in my life. And I have 2 master's degrees, people, and I have $80,000 in student loan debt. All right. I have an MBA, for goodness sake, and I couldn't make what I'm making. That's insanity. No, that's whatever. That's crazy. But what's that quote, Luke? Like, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, or something like that. Is that what it is? Something like that?
that sounds right.
Watching me totally wrong. Like, I'm super wrong about it. Like, it's not what it is. And what about you? What's been your best memory? I know best memory for 2020 sounds like a oxymoron, but what has been your best memory for 2020?
I think the Ice House show was my best memory of 2020.
Was that the last time you performed?
Well, live, yeah.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, it was just because that was a really great show, and that was going to set off a bunch of other shows that we had planned. So that was kind of, at least we got to do that one. And that's a really fun memory. Because then, thinking back, I'm like, oh yeah, that was still 2020, but early 2020, and right before all the craziness happened. So that for me, that was one of my favorite memories.
Yeah, that was a great show. Man, that show was awesome. And yeah, we thought some things were going to roll out of that show. We thought that a show was going to come from that show, and then like a stream of live events were going to come from that show, and just everything. 2020 was like, jokes on you, suckers, but that's the whole world, actually. Like, I don't know. My biggest worry about 2020, I know it's going to sound tame compared to like everything else out there. I'm worried about movie theaters not coming back. Like, I love movie theaters, and I love writing stuff, and I want to make a movie. So that concerns me more than anything. And I know that's like, people are going to be like, well, you're not worried about the election. You're not worried about this. You're not worried about that. You're not worried about COVID. I'm like, no, the world moves on. People, we have leaders come and go. We have viruses come and go. We have economies come and go. I mean, to be fair, we've had different entertainment things come and go, right? We used to have vaudeville. That was the beginning of stand-up. Then we had live theater and acting like that. We had the Abbott and Costellos, and they did that. And then we had most of the comedy was on TV for late night and stuff, or I Love Lucy or whatever, or it was silent comedy for a while. And then we got a ton of film comedy in the 60s and 70s and 80s, right? And then the 90s transitioned to TV comedy. And now we're in the golden age of TV again, right? Where we have more comedy and more options to watch stuff on TV. But I feel like that theater experience is so important that you just can't, like, pass it up. Like, I love Airplane. Airplane is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time, right? It's so ridiculous. It's so silly. It's whatever. It's iconic. And, I feel like if I could, like, watching that on my TV, great. I love it. But if I watched that in the theater, I'd be dying because it's just so much bigger than a screen. And I think that's what comedy needs. Some of the best movies and comedies I've seen on the big screen, and I love it. I don't know. I know that's a lame thing to be like worried about in 2020, like, oh, our movie theater's going to come back, but whatever.
Well, I've seen updates where like theaters are redoing like the inside of their theaters and like spending money to upgrade them. So I would assume that they're planning on coming back in a big way, and I think they're ready for people. It's just when is it gonna, what's the color, what's the good color when people can like go into buildings and
I always thought red was the bad color, but I guess like purple's the highest now in California. Like, it's like, we're in purple. I'm like, cool, we're good. They're like, no, that's the worst. And you're like, oh, really? Then they're like, now we're in red. I'm like, that's the worst. They're like, no, that's less than purple. And I'm like, fix your color scheme, buddy. It should be red is the worst, then orange, then yellow, then blue, then green. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be the color scheme. Why is purple the worst? That doesn't make any sense. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, their palette choice.
Yeah, I was like, how are we not doing red? Everyone knows red alert is the worst. Like, red is always the worst. Stop is red. Right? Everyone knows that. But it's like, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, so, anyways, what are they doing to retrofit theaters, though? I didn't know anything about that. I've never heard about that.
Well, I've seen videos on TikTok, like people who just like videos of like lobbies being redone, a lot of cool like visual stuff around the lobby. I think it was AMC, if I remember right. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, in the seats when you're in the theater, like, how are they doing? Are you social distancing in the theater, or are they going to put plexiglass between every seat, and now you can't hold your date's hand or something like that? Now that old day of like reaching out and putting your arms around the girl, now you're just going to hit plexiglass, bing, ah.
Yeah, I mean, dating in general would be hard right now.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
There was a SNL sketch song thing called "Half Your Face," and it was about like dating in COVID. Where it's like, "Girl, what half your face look like?" And it's like she's got the mask on. Like, I don't know if you're ugly or beautiful because I can only see half your face. So it's like super funny. I thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, it'd be weird. And it's funny because I don't know if you had this experience yet. I've seen people that I know out in public, and because they have their mask on, I have no idea it's them. And they're like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And I'm like, "I don't know who you are." And they're like, they kind of like pull their mask down for a second, like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." Right? We don't know half your face. I always was like, Batman is BS. Everyone's gonna know what Bruce. But now that I've seen people with only half, I'm like, all right, well, apparently that's not BS. Like, I was like, yeah, everyone's gonna know it's Bruce Wayne. They know what his face looks like, but it's like, no, that's not true. That's not how it works. Everyone knows who Zorro is. They know what his face looks like. It's like, no, okay, but it's not the same thing as the eyeglasses with Superman. Like, that's just
right.
That's just anyways. So yeah, So 2020, even though it's been weird and hard on a lot of people, which I hope it gets better. I hope if you're listening to this, your life gets better, things get better. But don't forget, this is the year to make things happen, right? When you're at the bottom, you can only go up, right? When we're at the bottom, although some people think that we're going to be at the bottom for a while longer. I don't know. I don't care. I like to look at the glass half full as I drink it to be all the way empty. I don't know if that's a saying. Is that a saying?
Oh, that is. Well, half of it is the same.
It's half empty while I drink it till it's all gone. That is a horrible way to do it. What has been your favorite episode that we've done this year? Actually, I don't know if I can look and see. Yeah, I can look and see what we've done this year.
This year.
Can you think of any? I really liked having Augustino on. That was funny. I always love having Paul Moomgene on. I always love having David Studebaker on. I think that was fun. Oh, Tara Brown was super fun. She was awesome. Always David Ross. This year, actually, one of my dream people came on, Jason Love. We finally got Jason Love to come on. That was awesome. Debbie Childers was so much fun. The comedy agents, having them on was amazing. Stephanie Bloom was amazing. Actually, we had this year's been fantastic. Mel Austin Leb. I mean, Kristen Duran. That was amazing episode. Paul Schizler was on. Jenna.
I'm gonna say I laughed the hardest in Paul when we talked about his book. That's probably the one where I laughed the hardest.
Yeah, so. Paul Schizler in his book.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's out in LA now. He was supposed to get stuff started for Comedy Wire. I know we talked about that. It did not pan out, obviously. But yeah, it's good. And then this year, it's going to go up on. There's actually, if you guys are listening to this and you didn't know, I don't know if you know, Luke, the ComedyPreneur Show is now a podcast. It's not just on YouTube. I made it audio. It's all up there. One's coming out every Thursday. So you get the Queen Comedy podcast on Monday, ComedyPreneur Show on Thursday. Same thing on YouTube. It's there on both of those days. And I have an interview that has not been released on either one coming, but it's not going to be released until the end of this year, beginning of next year, with Al Martin of the Broadway Comedy Club. Actually, I might release it early. I might move it up. But he owns Broadway Comedy Club. And as you know, New York is still closed. And a lot of comedy clubs are dying. People are mad about it. There was an argument between a guy and Jerry Seinfeld about it, where Jerry Seinfeld was mad at him for saying everyone's fleeing New York. Comedy clubs are closing. So it was a really interesting thing. Sadly, that's happening. I don't know of any in LA that have closed yet. I heard possibly the Laugh Factory might close. But
I think Second City is up for sale too.
Only in Chicago, I thought. I didn't think it was out here.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not sure which one.
I heard it was the one in Chicago, the original,
okay,
which sucks. But
yeah,
but that's the thing is the longer this goes on, the more we're going to lose entertainment. So it's more important than ever for comedians, writers, sketch writers, improvers, whatever you are, for whatever your comedy thing is, for you to build a platform, to build your stuff up, to produce your own stuff outside of the clubs and away from the clubs. Not that I don't like the clubs, but guess what? They can go away. You can't go away. You can go make your own money. You can make your own fans. You can make your own following, right? There's Patreon. There's like YouTube. There's all this stuff that you can do. TikTok until it gets banned again or something. I don't know what's going to happen there. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. You could, like, there are people who have been found by TV shows from Twitter. Andy Samberg got big off of making YouTube videos and comedy sketch videos. You have had Justin Bieber got famous off of YouTube. There's people that got famous, and the only person that I know of that's famous off of TikTok, that's only because of my kids, Charlie D'Amelio. I mean, they're famous. There's all these people that are famous off of other stuff that they can do, do that. Build your following, build your fan base, go do live comedy, make your own shows. If you're a sketch group, make videos and put them up everywhere. You're going to make something, because here's the other thing. They're going to be starving for content soon because they have no way to film this stuff. They have no way to make this stuff. So if you can do it in a safe manner, do it right now. This is the time. Strike while the iron's hot. Don't let 2020 be a year of fear and scarcity and concern. Let 2020 be your year to blow up and bloom, man. This is a fresh year to get started. I know it's a terrible time for most people, and I am sorry for that. And my heart goes out. I've been donating money and time and energy and whatever I can to help as many people as I possibly can. But honestly, now is the time to strike, guys. Don't let this year, don't let the fear of this year, don't let the fear of what's going on stop you or hold you back. Go out there and make something happen, because I'm hearing from all kinds of people that they're starving for content. That stuff that they need stuff. So if you can produce things, you're going to catch someone's eye. And next year, when things are back to normal or semi-normal and things can get made, you already got a leg up because you could prove that you could do it.
Yeah, and kind of like along those lines, I just heard that Dustin Nickerson filmed a comedy special, but he did it outdoors in like an outdoor setting. So I mean, comedians are being creative, and that's what else is neat is that's his first comedy special ever, and he did it during the shutdown, and it's outdoors and it's great. And if you dream it, you can do it. That's the quote, right?
I think if you dream it, you can achieve it. Is you dream it, you can achieve it, or you believe it, you can achieve it. I don't know what I don't know what it is. We are bad with sayings. This is not called We Know Sayings. I'll tell you that right now.
Nope.
So yeah, and I have some other stuff coming up. Should I plug the other podcast that I do? It's not kid friendly. I'll tell you that right now. Should I plug it? The one I produce? Okay. So I produce a podcast called WTF Happened in America This Week with Dylan Howard and David Lutzy-Luttrell. They're both Australians. One is in New York. One is actually in Melbourne, Australia. Lutzy's in Australia. And I record with them every week, but they do a news comedy show. And so I write and produce that every week for them. And I'm also on the mic sometimes. But it's not kid friendly, so just know that in advance. There is cursing. There is language. It's crazy. It's me trying to wrangle two Australians the whole episode. It's very funny though. I've listened back to the episodes, and I was there when they re-recorded them. I'm still laughing. So check that out. WTF Happened in America This Week. WTF does stand for what you think it stands for. But it's a news comedy show. It's about 25 episodes. We do one every week. There is 7 episodes up, I think now, 6 or 7, and more coming every single week. And we're going to do a special one after the election. So after the election, we're going to do a big special one, depending on who wins. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's good. But I would not have had that opportunity had I not been ready. I write those kind of jokes. I write monologue jokes. I'm good at screenwriting. I'm good at writing stuff. They came to me. They saw stuff that I had written. They saw the old show You Already Know on YouTube that I used to make. And they said, hey, would you want to do this? Can you produce this? Can you write this every week? And I said, yes. And then they offered me a contract. And so I'm under contract to produce those episodes for them. And my name is on it. So you can go and look it up. You'll see my name. If you type my name into like any of the podcast things, I think my name comes up for 3 podcasts now. And this is what I'm talking about. If you can do it, if you work hard, you can do it. And I really credit 99% of that of doing that to this book right here. Comedy Writing for Late Night TV by Joe Toplin. Joe Toplin is a hero. He wrote for comedy talk shows for 15 years. He won an Emmy, 4-time Emmy winner, and he wrote for a bunch of different talk shows, Letterman, Jay Leno, In Living Color, all kinds of stuff. And this book right here changed my life. You can only get a hard copy. You can't get a Kindle, so I do apologize for that. But I was prepared, right? Being prepared. Now's the time to prepare. When everything else is going crazy in the world, you can only control what you can do. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Word
to
all the mothers.
Word to all the mothers. All right. So thank you all for listening to Queen Comedy Podcast. This is episode 199. Next week is going to be episode 200. We're going to have a new intro. We're going to have a bunch of shout outs. We're probably going to have some amazing guests, and we're just going to go crazy. We're going to have the most fun episode. I would love for you guys to call, to send us audio files or video files thanking us, or questions or whatever. Email, bombard my inbox with your stuff, because we're going to make the best 200th episode ever. It's going to be amazing, right?
It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. I didn't show Luke any of the videos I got from comedians or any of the stuff I got yet, so he doesn't know, but they're awesome. And so
I've
we
seen
have
one of them.
who did you see?
One of the I want to keep it a secret, but one of the comedians sent me some of the videos. So
was it David Ross Comedy's house?
It was David Becky Ross.
Nice. Actually, his are great. I don't know. I'm having a hard time because you sent me like 3. I'm having a hard time picking which one we're gonna do. I might just incorporate them throughout, so you'll have like one in the beginning, one in the middle, one in the end. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Clean Comedy Podcast. Please check out ComedyPreneur.com. Check out the ComedyPreneur Show, that new podcast that's out. Check out WTF Happened in America this week. Again, it's not kid friendly, so just be aware of that. And you can follow me at ComedyPreneur.com. Go check out JamesDCreviston.com. You can check me out on Fiverr if you want me to write or do stuff for you as well, or to even coach you. I'm going to be offering coaching in 2021. And you can email me, JamesDCreviston@gmail.com. Please send your well wishes or your hate mail or whatever you want. I don't care. Just nothing weird, nothing creepy. And don't send me any chain letters. Luke, where can people find you at?
LukeLacoy on the social medias.
LukeLacoy on all social. Now, are you on TikTok yourself, like as your own stuff, or are you just still managing David's stuff?
I'm on TikTok as well.
Yeah. How is that going for you?
It's all right. I don't have that much content, but
how's David's going? That's what I want to. You need to make a guide. There needs to be the LukeLacoy guide to killing it on TikTok, because you managed all this stuff. So
yeah, I mean David's is a masterpiece. So yeah, check out David Studebaker on
how many is it followers, subscribers? What do they call him on there?
I think it's followers. He's up to like 3,500.
Wow.
So yeah, Studebaker Comedy. Check it out on TikTok. It's a fun page.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, listen, leave us some feedback. Let's go into 2021 with some feedback. Let's go into episodes 201 and forward with some good feedback. Give us some 5-star reviews on iTunes. Help us move up. Help us to dominate the comedy charts. Now that Rogan's gone. Goodbye, Rogan. No offense to Rogan. But now that he's gone, maybe we can have a shot at the top 100 or top. We're in the 200, but we're not in the top 100 yet. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a wonderful week and get ready for exciting episode 200. Bye.
Yeah, we're about to get clean up in here. So clean your mouth out with a bar of soap and get ready for the